Why did you steal that egg?
Drew Pickles asked. I wanted that egg to myself since I've watched AJ and Clementine with it in the mansion, Stan answered. So when Captain FeatherSword held the egg in his hands, I ran up and snatched it as quickly as I could. That gives you no right to steal from us, so give us that freaking egg back, Clementine said angrily. Or what? Stan Woozle taunted. Not before the sound of Lily's hunting rifle cocking the safety off was heard. Or my bullets will rip through your throat, and I hate your guts, Weasel, Lily growled. I hope Lily doesn't have to use her guns today. My birthday is tomorrow, Captain FeatherSword said nervously. He knew how strict and evil Lily can be, but violence was sure a whole new level. Well, if you want the egg back, you'll have to catch me first, Stan Woozle chuckled before attempting to make his escape. However, as he was on his way out of his hideout, Lily ran ahead of him and put him under restraint so he wouldn't get away. What? Let me go! You won't see the last of me! Stan cried out as he struggled to get free. Not unless you give us the egg or our bullets will, Clementine warned, cocking the safety off of her handgun. Yeah, Stan, no more playing games. You're outnumbered, AJ said. That's right, Weasel, the captain said, giving him that stern look.
That's right, you weasel. Give us the egg now, or I will send you to the Barney Bunch universe, where my counterpart is really gay, which has butt buddies.
Drew Pickles added with a stern voice. All right, you guys win, Stan said, as Lily loosened her grip on the weasel. As everyone stood in front of Stan, he gave his enemies a grin out of idiocy. Well, blow me down, you losers, Stan Woozle stated. Then Captain FeatherSword, Drew Pickles, Clementine, Lily, and AJ all took a deep breath and blew so hard that the Stan Woozle flew out of his hideout and out of sight. Well, that takes care of that weasel, Lily said with a smirk. You better not try and do anything like this again, or I'll kick his ass to the moon, AJ said. That egg is in that nest of leaves. I see it, Clementine said, as she ran towards the nest of leaves, retrieving the egg. No cracks on it, so it's all good. That's good news, Clem. Now let's head back to the Lioness Bunch mansion, Lily replied.
Yeah, we have the captain's birthday party that we can't miss.
Drew Pickles said. Well, blow me down, Drew. That sounds super swell, Captain FeatherSword said, resulting in Drew Pickles to blow the captain down to the ground.
That line never gets old. Maybe this is what my gay counterpart should get, if I ever were to see him again.
Drew Pickles smiled as he helped the Captain FeatherSword up. You should do that to your gay counterpart, Drew. You'd show him who's sweller, Captain FeatherSword said. We gotta get the egg back to the Lioness Bunch mansion. The egg may hatch at any time now. Clementine interrupted Drew and Captain FeatherSword's conversation. Clementine is right. Now we've gotten the egg back, let's head back to the Lioness Bunch mansion, Lily said, as they all climbed down the stairs, then headed through the way they came. When they approached the SS FeatherSword car, Lily jumped in the driver's seat with her friends. Lily, I normally drive the SS FeatherSword. Why are you in the driver's seat? Captain FeatherSword asked. I want to drive the SS FeatherSword car. Can I drive this time? Please, Captain? Lily pleaded. Usually this is out of character for Lily to act like that, but despite her being strict, tough, and a strict woman, but Captain FeatherSword, however, she's acting nice since she's his girlfriend. Oh, okay, but you better not wreck the car, Captain FeatherSword said, as he, along with AJ, Clementine, and Drew Pickles, fastened their seatbelts. All right, keep that egg nice and snugged in there. We don't want to lose it again, Lily replied, as she started off the SS FeatherSword car and started driving through the forest. Lily, we're going straight ahead. Home is the other way, Clementine stated. I know. I'm taking the shortcut to get home, Lily replied.
A shortcut? Have you taken this shortcut before?
Drew Pickles asked. I did once at Captain FeatherSword. We were horseback riding this trail, Lily answered, as the car came up to the steep downhill pavement road towards the path they saw was familiar. This hill is very steep, Lily, my love. We sure didn't take this path on horseback. We turned right, but since you turned left, I don't know if this is a good idea," Captain FeatherSword said nervously. "Well, I know what Miss Frizzle would say in a sticky situation like this, and this is one we're in," Lily muttered, trying to remember what the school teacher said. "I hope we don't get hurt while going down the hill," AJ said. "I'm sure Lily and Captain FeatherSword know what to do, and they have it all covered too, goofball," Clementine reassured him. "I got it. As Miss Frizzle says, take chances, make mistakes, get messy," Lily exclaimed as she drove the SS FeatherSword car and it started to go down the steep paved hill. As it was going fast, everyone held on tight to the car as well as the egg as to not lose it. As the car went faster down the hill, Lily was laughing her ass off as she was having one too many drinks at the bar. "Lily, we're coming up to a fence at the gate," Captain FeatherSword exclaimed, snapping Lily to focus on driving. Panicking inside, Lily slammed on the brakes in the car as it screeched to a halt, and the car stopped at the fence with the gate between it. "Are you all okay?" Lily asked, checking to see if Clementine, Captain FeatherSword, Drew Pickles, and AJ were okay in the back seat. "We're okay, Lily. The egg is fine if you're wondering," Clementine replied.
Other than I almost hit my head, I'll be okay.
Drew Pickles added, "Is that the Linus Bunch mansion?" AJ asked, recognizing the environment around him and the mansion in front. "It is. I could see the Wiggles along with Dorothy, Henry, Louis, Violet, and Wags the dog," Clementine said. Murray ran up towards the gate to open it as Lily drove the SS FeatherSword car inside the Linus Bunch backyard. It was a really huge backyard, so big that it could fit a horse riding stable with pastures. "You're all back. We were getting really worried about y'all," Violet said, so relieved to see her friends safely at the mansion. "So this path I took that steep goes downhill? Why is that?" AJ asked, seeing the hill from far below. "I have no idea. The Queen of Lions maybe thought that it might have been a road until she bought the property or something," Louis replied. "How's the egg?" Dorothy asked. Clementine then revealed the egg to her friends. "The egg is fine. We had a bit of adventure to get to it," Clementine replied. "What do you mean?" Henry asked. "Well, let's call it a birthday adventure, since tomorrow is my birthday, me hearties," Captain FeatherSword said. "Lily, along with Clem, AJ, and Drew came to my pirate ship to show the egg, and we were thinking about what kind of egg it was until Stan Woozle ran so fast like Sonic that he snatched up the egg from my hands." "Stan Woozle? You mean that enemy from Winnie the Pooh and his friends told us about at the New Year's Eve party?" Greg asked, pretty much sighing in frustration, as they had to deal with him before.
"Yes, that is what we're talking about. He wanted to keep the egg for himself, that greedy little bitch. Lily threatened to put bullets through his throat if he wasn't gonna cooperate with us. God, he is just as bad as Wario, but Wario is worse than Stan Woozle."
Drew Pickles replied, "But he gave up after seeing that he was outnumbered. We blew him right out of sight." Lily added, "We are still not sure what's inside the egg. Captain FeatherSword is not sure either. We encountered a werewolf, but Lily and Clementine scared him off with Lily's hunting rifle. When she pulled the trigger, the bullet fired a few inches from his head, so that's why he ran off," Captain FeatherSword said. "Do you think the egg is a griffin or a dragon?" AJ asked. "I think it's a dragon, but it could be a griffin," Lily replied. Then Clementine felt the egg moving in her hands. "The egg's moving!" Clementine exclaimed in excitement. "I think that means that the egg is about to hatch," Murray explained. "I gotta go tell the Linus Bunch members to make a nest for the eggs. We better hurry inside," Wags said as he ran inside the house. "I'll get some old towels, pillows, and blankets," Greg added as he, Jeff, and Anthony ran after Wags. "I'll park the SS FeatherSword car in the mansion's garage," Murray said as he got in the car to drive the SS FeatherSword to the garage. "We gotta hurry! This is exciting!" Violet exclaimed with joy. Everyone then headed inside the Linus Bunch mansion to watch with the egg in hand. Once inside the mansion, Lily with her friends headed for the living room. A nest was made of old towels, pillows, and blankets for the egg to hatch on the safe spot. Clementine then placed the egg in the nest. She was beside Louis, AJ, and Violet. Lily watched as she sat beside Captain FeatherSword and Drew Pickles, with the rest of the Linus Bunch members gathered around too. "Why isn't the egg hatching?" Did we do something wrong? Anthony asked. Eggs take a bit of time to hatch, me hearty, Captain Feathersword replied. It's like giving birth. Since giving birth takes hours for a baby to be born, an egg hatching could take a few hours. I guess it depends on what type of egg it is and what it does, Lily added. Giving birth and egg hatching are two different things, Clementine said. The egg started to crack as whatever was inside it wanted to come out. After a few more cracks appeared, a tail popped out. It looked like a blue dragon tail. Everyone had their thoughts of it being a dragon since they saw the tail. The egg even cracked even more as two wings appeared. Everyone was getting excited to see the egg hatch. After a few more seconds, the egg finally hatched. It was a little baby dragon with blue skin and purple spots. Oh my god, it's a dragon! I was right about it, Lily said, removing the eggshell from the nest. It's a dragon. I kinda had a feeling it was, Violet added. Here you go, sweetheart, Lily said. As she cleaned up the eggshell piece, the baby dragon gargled in joy of seeing new faces. Hi there! What's your name? Clementine asked the dragon.
This little guy doesn't have a name, by the looks of it.
Drew Pickles said happily. Is it a boy or a girl? Murray asked. It's a boy. I could tell it is. You all should know what I mean, Lily answered. He's a cute little guy. Can we keep him? AJ asked. Of course he can. Why don't you keep him for Erickson's boarding school's mascot? Greg suggested, to which Clementine, Lewis, and AJ and Violet nodded. He's going to be a lot of work, AJ. You sure we can handle a dragon? Clementine asked. If we can take on the walkers, no problem. Then I don't see how we can't raise this guy, Lewis said, as the baby dragon smiled when AJ petted his head. He's yours then, me hearties, Captain Feathersword said. I don't suppose we could all stay overnight, seeing that tomorrow's Captain Feathersword's birthday, Violet said. Of course you may all spend the night here. The Linus Bunch Mansion is super big and super swell, the Queen of Lions replied. Well, AJ, why don't we get this dragon something to drink and eat from the kitchen? Clementine said, as she and AJ headed for the kitchen, with the dragon in Clem's arms. I'll help out too. I know a lot about what this guy can eat, Anthony said, as he headed for the kitchen with his friends. Someone better stop Anthony from raiding all the party snacks, Lewis stated. We'll go and make sure, Jeff said, not before falling asleep again.
Oh no, now Jeff is asleep again.
Drew Pickles sighed. Let's all wake him up, and then he, along with Murray and I, will go make sure Anthony doesn't eat all the party snacks, Greg said. Then he, along with his friends, got ready. 1, 2, 3, wake up, Jeff! Everyone shouted, waking Jeff up from his sleep. What happened? Jeff asked. You fell asleep again. Why don't we make you coffee while in the kitchen? Murray suggested, as Craig and Jeff headed for the kitchen. When they got there, they made sure that Anthony didn't raid all the party snacks. Well, this was one birthday adventure, Captain. I hope we have another one next year, Lily said. I sure agree, Lily, my love. That baby dragon is just a cute little guy, Captain Feathersword said. Guys, AJ and Clementine have decided to name the dragon Mushu from Mulan, Murray announced in excitement. Well, blow me down, Lily said, which resulted in Captain Feathersword blowing his girlfriend down. Lily fell backwards onto the floor, laughing in response. Sorry, Lily, but you said blow me down, Captain Feathersword said, which resulted in Lily blowing him down to the ground to join her. Here's my payback to you, Lily chuckled, pecking a kiss on the captain's cheek. You are a lover pirate, Lily, and pirates can be with someone who they love romantically, Captain Feathersword said. If you say so, how about we head upstairs into one of the guest rooms then? Lily smirked seductively, giving Captain Feathersword an idea of what she meant. Oh, I know what you mean, me hearty. Let's head upstairs for some steamy, swell fun time. Captain Feathersword carried Lily in bridal style upstairs towards one of the guest bedrooms that the Linus Bunch Mansion had to do their swell fun time. The next day went so swell, with Mushu being AJ's first ever real pet, as even of a dragon. The next day was Captain Feathersword's birthday, and the party was a big success. With Captain Feathersword having the best birthday ever in his life, his most blessed part was the best birthday adventure he'd ever have.